Polarizing UFC welterweight star Colby Covington left a few members of the MMA community quite disappointed when he walloped Robbie Lawler in the main event of UFC Newark on Saturday. That includes reigning UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Jones. Shortly after Covington's victory over Lawler, Jones took to Twitter to share his thoughts on the action. "Robbie just let the whole world down," Jones wrote on Twitter. Speaking to MMA Fighting on Monday, Colby Covington responded to this jab from Jones in fiery fashion. "Jon Jones, he's out there talking shit about Robbie Lawler letting the world down? Jon Jones knows firsthand about letting the whole world down," Covington told MMA Fighting. "Don't talk about Robbie Lawler, Jon Jones. Robbie Lawler's not wrecking a Bentley with hookers in the back of his car. Robbie Lawler's not hitting a pregnant lady and then fleeing the scene with all his drugs in the car. Robbie Lawler's a legend, he's a family man, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. So how dare Jon Jones talk about him when he's the biggest piece of shit in all of sports?" Covington's win over Lawler also generated negative feedback from former 1 Bellator champ Ben Askren, who apologized for losing to Jorge Masvidal, as his exit from the welterweight title picture means fans will have to listen to Covington and Kamaru Usman trade trash talk. "I want to apologize for losing because now all of you have to listen to Marty and Colby talk to each other," Askren wrote on Twitter. "It will be damn near unbearable." Covington replied to him too. "Ben Askren, come on man. What can you say? I'm breaking all the records, except I'm never going to beat Ben Askren's record for being knocked out in 5 seconds," Covington said of Askren. "The worst knockout in the history of the UFC. He can't talk because his career is dead, so I don't even know why Ben Askren is talking. He's about to be 0-3 in the UFC after Demian Maia dusts him up, and we won't ever have to hear from that bum again." Finally, Covington also responded to some recent comments from former UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley, who he previously campaigned for a title fight with. He was critical of Covington's post-fight dig at Matt Hughes and reportedly asked Dana White for the chance to fight him. "I begged to fight Woodley for 3 years and here I am," Covington said. He said, "Oh, I'll fight Nate Diaz or GSP, but I won't fight Colby. He gets elective surgery, he begs the UFC not to fight me, and now he's the one who pulled out of this fight. I've got to thank him, he pulled out of this fight with a sore thumb, and I showed with no training camp and half an eyelid, so he can't really say anything. He got burned on Saturday night. He's irrelevant now, he's an afterthought now."